是紫星岛未曾有过的趋势。
做到这种程度，太妙了！没想到他能即刻铲除人类刀和网。机械族、妖族悬赏早已公布，
那就去死了吧！
复活他的可能，牺牲我堂堂宇宙，绝了人类逆转时空尊者，你该骄傲了。
Hello everyone, welcome to the Allrasta channel. Here I will share spoilers for SwallowedStar episode 205. Remember, this is based on the novel, so it won't be 100% similar to the Donghua version. Okay, without further ado, let's dive right into the story. When Luofeng accessed the world of glory using his quantum computer, he found himself within a simplistic virtual world. He officially registered under the name Blade River as his identity, even though he knew this would only solidify the suspicions of his competitors. This virtual realm was divided into two main districts: the open plaza for gatherings and the world of battle, which served as an arena for inheritors to collect glory points. As he stepped into the open plaza, Luofeng's presence immediately triggered an uproar among the tens of thousands of inheritors from various alliances gathered there. He was soon met by King Cha Man, an elite from the human race who guided him toward the exclusive area of the Hengmeng Alliance, a zone filled with formidable warriors. King Cha Man explained that the groups here were organized based on the universe's major power alliances, including the Snow Territory Alliance, which boasted the most massive membership. During their discussion, King Cha Man confirmed that the human race's leadership had issued instructions to openly acknowledge Luofeng's identity to deal with the now uncontrollable situation. Luofeng observed how each major group displayed open hostility and intense rivalry, competing fiercely for rankings on the World of Glory leaderboard. Despite being surrounded by countless eyes hungry for his bounty, he remained calm while studying the mechanics of earning additional inheritance opportunities through victory points. On the other side of the universe, specifically within the demon race territory, a giant two-headed creature reported the sighting of King Blade River to the powerful Sky Wolf Master. News of Luofeng's activities in the Land of Treasures had reached the highest levels of enemy leadership, triggering a massive movement in the plan to assassinate the human genius. With valuable treasures prepared as rewards, the hunt for Luofeng entered a new, far more dangerous chapter under the direct supervision of Universe Masters. The Sky Wolf Master observed the projection of Luofeng's combat with great interest, believing the youth to be a massive threat to the future of the demon race. Despite recognizing Luofeng's extraordinary potential, he chose to remain cautious, letting other rival races like the automatons take the initial risk of the assassination. This Universe Master understood perfectly that eliminating such a gifted talent within the ancestral god Sex territory would be incredibly costly and require meticulous preparation. Word of King Blade River's presence soon reached the top leadership of the automaton and demon races, whose territories were adjacent and often embroiled in fierce warfare. They all agreed that eliminating a genius of Luofeng's caliber was a top priority before the youth could break through the barriers to become a universe venerable, which would make him far more dangerous. However, due to the human race's tight protection, these three pinnacle races continued to wait and coordinate a strike plan that would be most effective without sacrificing too many precious resources. Meanwhile, back at the World of Glory Plaza, Luofeng began to realize the difficult position of the human race and the Hengmeng Alliance, who were often marginalized by other races in terms of combat challenges. King Cha Man explained that the reputation of the humans' virtual universe made many demon race inheritors reluctant to fight, fearing they would lose in a contest of deep technique and strategy. Consequently, human inheritors found it extremely difficult to accumulate the glory points needed to exchange for precious beast god technique inheritance opportunities. The combat system in the world of battle was uniquely designed. Every participant possessed an equalized god body strength, unaffected by the innate genetic advantages of their respective races. The rules for glory points were incredibly strict, as repeated failures in battle could force an inheritor to wait hundreds of thousands of eras for a new opportunity. Most fighters acted with extreme caution, only accepting challenges if they felt they had an absolute chance of victory over their opponent in the arena. The atmosphere suddenly turned chilling, as tens of thousands of inheritors from various races noticed the newly registered account named Blade River in the World of Glory's Black Book. They saw a golden opportunity to humiliate the human legend, as all of Luofeng's treasures and special physical advantages would be completely non-functional in this virtual world. Within seconds, the number of battle invitations flooding Luofeng's Black Book skyrocketed past 20,000, driven by the enemy's desire to crush the genius's spirit. After Luofeng registered as Blade River in the open plaza, the number of battle invitations in his Black Book surged drastically, surpassing 30,000 in a matter of seconds. This surge occurred because he was at the 3rd level of Beast God Inheritors, a level inhabited by over 100 million genius fighters, most of whom held the rank of king from all corners of the universe. While the 7th level was the strongest, and the 1st level was nearly empty, the 3rd level remained the concentration hub for fighters wanting to test their mettle and tear down Luofeng's reputation, which they deemed too arrogant. His 3 companions from the Hongmeng Alliance were stunned to find that the number of challenges Luofeng had received reached 60,000, a figure that far exceeded the total number of battles they had ever fought. King Thousand Rain warned that inside the world of battle, all special physical advantages and true treasures would be stripped away, leaving every fighter with an equalized god body strength of 100,000 times the world master level. In an environment relying solely on fusion laws and pure technique, even a legendary figure like King Zhuchang would lose his physical dominance and could be defeated by someone with deeper law comprehension. Luofeng realized that his opponents on Balhinia Island were no ordinary fighters. They were hand-picked geniuses, many of whom had created peak techniques or even the opening moves of their own ultimate techniques. The mental power limitations of a world master compared to an immortal level posed an additional challenge Luofeng had to face if he dared to accept challenges recklessly without careful calculation. King Cha Man's stern warning emphasized that every battle commitment was binding and could only be cancelled if one lost all of their glory points. Provocations from various races began to echo throughout the plaza, with fighters like King Tai Jing of the Demon Race openly challenging Luofeng's courage to wager 3 of his glory points. Many inheritors from other races, such as the Fanling clan, were skeptical, suspecting that Luofeng would only survive a few battles before losing all his points due to a lack of experience in the virtual arena. The heat intensified as jeers claimed that King Blade River's fame was mere luck, which would soon be exposed in a fair fight without the aid of space treasures. To objectively measure his abilities before diving into the real arena, Luofeng invited King Cha Man, King Li Lei, and King Thousand Rain for a sparring session within the human race's virtual universe. This clever strategy allowed Luofeng to understand his standing against upper mid-tier level 3 fighters without risking his precious glory points. Atop the rocky mountains of the virtual training field, the fighting spirit of the Hongmeng Alliance elites began to blaze as they prepared to test their fusion techniques against the most talked-about world master in the universe. Luofeng chose to test his limits in the virtual simulation before facing the storm of challenges awaiting him in the world of glory. Utilizing his god body in the virtual arena, he prepared for a fierce duel against King Cha Man. This training session was a crucial moment for Luofeng to master full control over immortal level destructive power and perfect his soul energy amplification under real combat conditions. The battle exploded as King Cha Man transformed into his beast god form, unleashing a peak technique honed over millions of eras of cultivation. Luofeng countered by manifesting a giant beast god silhouette through 600 golden balls, controlling the primal source fusion laws with absolute precision. Both warriors immediately burned their virtual god bodies to the limit, causing the space around the training field to vibrate violently from the terrifying collision of energy. Despite King Cha Man's vastly superior combat experience, Luofeng began to turn the tide by exerting a willpower and determination that surpassed even the universe Venerable level. His beast god conception, which had reached the threshold of the 4th stage, allowed every attack to pierce through space and time with irrational speed. The lashing of the scaled tail from his power manifestation began to completely suppress his opponent's defense, proving that his law comprehension had reached an incredibly high level for any fighter. Through a simultaneous explosion of absolute will and deep beast god conception, Luofeng finally shattered King Cha Man's entire virtual god body, securing a landslide victory. Witnesses like King Thousand Rain and King Li Li could only watch in stunned silence as a world master dominated a pinnacle immortal king in such a brutal and swift manner. This victory gave Luofeng full confidence that his true strength relied not just on space treasures, but on the pure techniques he had mastered. Armed with this new confidence, Luofeng refocused on the world of glory, where tens of thousands of battle invitations continued to flood his black book. In a shocking move, he accepted all challenges from the various races of the universe simultaneously, triggering a wave of shock and frenzy across Balhinia Island's open plaza. Inheritors from millions of races now prepared to witness a new piece of history, unaware that they were about to face a monster who had just perfected his peak virtual form in the arena. King Seven Blade, an elite human genius and heir to the Seven Blade legacy, felt rivaled by King Blade River's sudden fame on Balhinia Island. Although he himself had great luck in obtaining treasures in the Land of Valuables, he remained skeptical of Luofeng's insane decision to accept tens of thousands of challenges at once. He believed Luofeng was overconfident and would soon face the bitter reality that the participants in the World of Glory were a collection of unrivaled talents who would not be easily defeated. Deep in the heart of the ancestral god sect, the Thunder Beast God awoke from a long slumber of 30 million eras within a grand palace filled with lightning flashes and violent storms. The arrival of the Blood Fire God General, bearing urgent news, forced the mighty Beast God to end his rest to hear information regarding a new talent in the universe. The Blood Fire God General reported an extraordinary fighter with unique abilities who had caught the attention of the sect's highest authorities due to achievements deemed impossible for an ordinary warrior. The Thunder Beast God was profoundly shocked to learn that a human youth named Luofeng was capable of killing a limit immortal king, while still holding the status of a world master. This phenomenon was considered a blatant violation of the universe's operational laws, as a world master should logically be unable to win a direct confrontation against a warrior of a significantly higher level. The Beast God realized that this human must possess a massive secret or special equipment, allowing him to transcend natural laws without facing suppression from cosmic authorities. The Thunder Beast God's interest peaked after hearing the report that King Blade River had made the bold decision to accept a total of 620,000 battle invitations in the World of Glory all at once. This decision was seen as highly unusual, as his opponents were elite talents from millions of different races, each possessing peak-level combat abilities. The Thunder Beast God finally decided to observe the progress of these hundreds of thousands of battles to prove whether Luofeng truly possessed the qualifications to become a new pillar under the sect's special training. In an endless desert dimension within the world of battle, Luofeng, clad in black armor complete with scaled wings, prepared to begin his long journey to win glory points. He stood face to face with his first opponent, a giant silver-gray serpent monster emerging from the desert sands to test his virtual combat strength. With a virtual god body 100,000 times stronger than his original power, Luofeng began the sequence of 620,000 battles that would determine his fate and reputation before the entire universe. The inaugural battle in the World of Battle Desert began as King Circumference, the arrogant silver-gray serpent monster, tried to underestimate Luofeng with a high glory point wager. Luofeng remained composed, wagering only one glory point before deploying 600 golden beads that manifested the immense power of his Beast God technique. In less than 10 seconds, the Serpent King's virtual god body was blown to pieces, granting the legendary King Blade River his first victory. News of this winning streak spread like wildfire across the World of Glory Plaza, which was packed with 100 million inheritors. Luofeng maintained a terrifying combat pace for 11 straight hours, successfully completing 1,000 battles with a record of 989 victories. This dominant success instantly silenced the jeers of other fighters, who now realized that the human world master possessed law comprehension equal to that of a pinnacle-level fighter. After taking a break from the virtual arena, Luofeng received a sudden visit at his palace from King Cha Man, King Thousand Rain, and another elite figure, King Seven Blade. King Seven Blade, who had previously looked down on Luofeng, now had to acknowledge the youth's greatness after witnessing his courage in accepting 620,000 challenges. In the reception hall, they discussed the wealth of glory points Luofeng was accumulating, the value of which was equivalent to 9 inheritance opportunities in a single day. Luofeng established a strict routine, undergoing 1,000 battles every day to chip away at the mountain of challenges still queuing in his black book. His glory points continued to skyrocket as he dismantled the various fighting styles and secret techniques of thousands of different races. This systematic dominance proved that the identity of King Blade River was not just a matter of luck, but the fruit of a strong will and a fusion technique that had reached the level of perfection. As the number of daily victories grew, inheritors from other races who had initially intended to humiliate Luofeng began to feel deep regret for the impulsive challenges they had sent. Because the strict rules of the world of glory forbade the cancellation of accepted challenges, these fighters could only watch helplessly as they lost their glory points to the human genius. Kingblade River continued his march toward legendary status, turning a mass oppression attempt into the largest resource harvest in the history of the Bauhinia Island inheritors. Luofeng's winning record in the world of glory continued to trigger an extraordinary frenzy among the millions of inheritors monitoring his every move through the Black Book. In just 3 days, Kingblade River had accumulated thousands of victories with minimal losses, despite being only a world master. Fighters from various races who had planned to shame him were now forced to swallow a bitter pill as they lost their glory points to a figure with a will and law comprehension equal to a pinnacle Stage 3 fighter. Luofeng's logic-defying greatness finally reached the ears of the Sky Wolf Master in the Sky Wolf Palace, sparking immense rage in the demon race ruler. The Sky Wolf Master realized that with such an abundance of glory points, Luofeng would soon have unlimited inheritance opportunities to break through to the universe Venerable level in a short time. Without wasting a moment, an execution order was issued to devise a precision assassination plan to eliminate this human talent before he grew into an unrivaled threat to the demon race. In the silent regions of the Star Domain, the prison race responded to Luofeng's emergence with mocking laughter, waiting for the destruction that would be brought by the human race's enemies like the automatons and the Bug Clan. Meanwhile, in a grand crystal palace, the identity of Kingblade River was officially added to the list of invincible level beings who must be closely monitored due to their dangerous potential. Various major powers in the universe began to realize that Luofeng was a cosmic anomaly capable of violating the universe's laws without being suppressed by the highest authorities. The scale of the battle, involving 620,000 invitations, turned Bauhinia Island into the center of attention for all major alliances wanting to see how far a human could last. Every victory Luofeng achieved not only added glory points, but also made the target on his back clearer for bounty hunters seeking large rewards from the pinnacle races. Though the storm of assassination began to lurk from all directions, Luofeng continued his streak of battles with full confidence under the strict supervision of the ancestral god Sek's automated systems. At the peak of Thunder Island in the virtual universe, the primal Chaos City leader finally realized the scale of the insane gamble his disciple was taking after receiving urgent reports regarding the hundreds of thousands of challenges. The leader knew that openly revealing Luofeng's strength would trigger a wave of assassination, attempts far more brutal than before from enemy races who felt threatened. Now, the humans had to immediately prepare a high-level protection strategy for Luofeng, who stood at the center of a galactic conflict ready to explode at any moment. The primal Chaos City leader felt both shocked and proud upon receiving reports of Luofeng's 99% win rate in the initial thousands of battles. On the other hand, the Shadow Monarch, who led the Humeng Alliance's intelligence department, warned that this win rate proved Luofeng's law comprehension was nearing the universe Venerable level. This success made the human leadership realize that if nothing stopped him, Luofeng would soon grow into a supreme ruler who would be terrifying for enemy races. The same concern plagued the Bug, Demon, and Automaton races, who began designing secret assassination plots to eliminate Luofeng as quickly as possible. Since it was impossible to penetrate the ancestral god Sek by force, they decided to use inheritors from their own alliances as martyr assassins. Their primary strategy was to place powerful agents on Bauhinia Island to wait for the moment Luofeng stepped out from the protection of his palace, which was guarded by the five-color Aurora Lake. In the Bug Race territory, a universe ruler chose Zhuguang Venerable from the Kongwan clan to carry out this suicide mission due to her extraordinary mind control abilities. Zhuguang Venerable was chosen not only for her status as an inheritor, but also because she possessed a spare body that allowed her to remain alive even if her main body was destroyed by the Sek's defense system. She was ordered to wait patiently outside Luofeng's residence and strike with full force the moment the target appeared in an open area. Zhuguang Venerable and the demon race agents felt immense pressure, realizing that this mission meant ending their futures as inheritors in the ancestral god sect forever. Although promised to be resurrected by their race leaders, they would lose the chance to pursue the beast god path and would have to live in hiding to avoid the human race's revenge. A feeling of despair enveloped these assassins as they watched Luofeng's sturdy and impenetrable palace from a distance. 2 years passed with a strict routine in which Luofeng consistently completed 1,000 battles every day to collect glory points. Eventually, King Blade River successfully finished all 620,000 challenges in his black book with brilliant results. Amidst the ruins of a city within the world of battle, Luofeng withdrew his 600 golden beads, gazing at the horizon with new confidence after winning an unimaginable amount of glory points. Light Perception Venerable and 2 other Venerables from the enemy alliance had been preparing for a secret assassination, monitoring Luofeng's residence up close for centuries. They felt deep envy seeing Luofeng's massive accumulation of glory points after the youth successfully completed hundreds of thousands of battle challenges in the world of glory. Although their target remained hidden inside his home, these assassins from the bug, demon, and automaton races remained faithfully waiting for the moment King Blade River stepped out of the 5-color Aurora Lake Protection Zone. During his enemy's long wait, Luofeng actually spent quality time with his family in the virtual universe, listening to the adventure stories of his son, who had recently been saved by the leader of the Ganwu Kingdom. He realized that the Ganwu ruler was intentionally providing protection and additional territory to the Luo family as a form of respect for his rising reputation in the universe. This silent support from such an influential figure allowed Luofeng to remain calm and focus on his long-term plans without rushing to face the assassination threats lurking outside. Luofeng finally recorded a phenomenal total of 621,081 victories, making him the #1 ranked fighter in the entire Stage 3 Inheritor category based on accumulated glory points. Instead of immediately exchanging these points for inheritance opportunities, he chose to remain in meditation within his palace to absorb the entirety of the combat experience he had gained over the last 2 years. His primary focus was to fully understand the essence of the 3rd stage of the Tao of the Beast God, before he began his search for the special living creature crucial for his 3rd body form. Time continued to pass for 900 years on Bohinia Island, while the lurking universe Venerables began to feel frustrated, forced to use servant robots to watch Luofeng's gates. The patience of these assassins was tested to the limit as their target seemed to have vanished into thin air, pursuing a deeper understanding of space laws and beast god conception in the silence. For nearly 1,000 years, Luofeng successfully honed the teleportation abilities of both his human body and his golden-horned beast to a level of near-perfect maturity. The long silence of 9 centuries finally broke when the gates of Luofeng's residence slowly opened, and King Blade River stepped out with a confident smile toward the open area. Warning signals from the surveillance robots immediately woke Light Perception Venerable and the other assassins, who had prepared to launch a simultaneous ambush on the path to the inheritance site. The reappearance of the human genius marked the beginning of a deadly confrontation that the universe's major powers had long awaited, desperate to stop his terrifying rate of growth. So what happens next? Let's wait and see in the next video, guys. Okay, thank you for watching until the end, and don't forget to support this channel with likes, subscribe, and comments. That's all from me, bye.
复活他的可能，牺牲我堂堂宇宙，绝了人类逆转时空尊者，你该骄傲了。